What's up, everybody? This is the Indianapolis Road Course Preview, where I'm going to talk about who the winner is going to be, what's better, the oval or the road course, who's going to be above the cutoff line after this race, and who is going to be your points leader after this race as well. Coming up next. All right, so it's another road course, and as no surprise, your favorite still has to be Chase Elliott. And just in case you want the numbers on that, he has won 7 out of the last 13 road course races. That's better than 50%, and that is pretty insane. Not to mention those ones he hasn't won, he's finished second place a couple times. So Chase Elliott has to be your clear favorite. Where I'm going to shake things up is the guys who I would pick to upset Chase Elliott at a road course. And instead of just picking your best average finish at road courses, I'm just going to look at the guys who have won on road courses that aren't Chase Elliott. And so I'm just going to say Martin Truex, Kyle Larson twice, and Christopher Bell, my buddy Christopher Bell. You got to throw him in there too. So I think those guys are guys that can get the job done as far as an upset goes. I think also you got to throw in there Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney. Those are two guys that like the look of a new track. And if it's a track they haven't seen, they typically do really well there. So those would be my overall favorites. But if you had to press me, I would definitely say if I've got, just making one bet, it's got to be Chase Elliott. No doubt about it. If you're filling out the rest of your fantasy lineup or whatever you're doing here, I think some of your sleepers or some of your average picks would be, Reddick, Chastain, Custer, William Byron, and like I said, Christopher Bell. He's not on everybody's radar, even though he's won the Daytona race. But so, some other guys who might just really surprise you. Chris Buescher has an average finish of 15th at road courses. I would definitely stick him in there. That's a sleeper. Chase Briscoe has an average finish of 14th at road courses. You've seen what he can do in the Xfinity Series. He has got to be a strong pick for a sleeper. And also, Austin Cindric is in this race. If you remember the last road course race that Austin Cindric was in, he was doing really well until he had some type of mechanical issue with his Penske car. It was actually a brake issue. So I'd be on the fence about him because Penske had brake issues at the last race as well. But if Penske can fix the brake issues, Austin Cindric is going to be an absolute threat in this race. All right, so guys, you 100% want to stay away from on your fantasy team. First off, Daniel Suarez and Trackhouse. Even though Suarez is a pretty good road course racer, for whatever reason, Trackhouse has had issues, ignition, brakes, whatever. They can't finish a road course race. Stay away from Trackhouse. Another first-year startup team that you want to stay away from is 2311 and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace's average finish at a road course is 26th, and 2311 has been hit or miss this year. They've either had speed or they haven't, but this is not a type of track that Bubba Wallace likes, and you can't gamble on if they're going to have a fast car, because even if they have a fast car, this is not a particular strong suit of Bubba Wallace thus far in his career, so I would stay away from Bubba Wallace. And also, I would stay away from Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, although he has improved his road racing, he's still a touch behind his teammate Tyler Reddick. So if you're going to pick one of the RCR guys, I would have to give the edge to Tyler Reddick, as Tyler Reddick seems to be about 3 positions better on road courses than Austin Dillon. And finally, I hate to say this because I'm an RPM man. I grew up a Richard Petty fan. But Eric Jones has an average finish of 15th at these road courses, so you would be tempted to take him. But RPM, much like Trackhouse, has had some serious problems at road courses. I don't know exactly what it is that they've got going on, but they have had some serious problems at road courses as well, so I would stay away from Eric Jones also. Okay, the other big thing, the drivers came out and spoke out. They said they'd rather have the oval. Most drivers said they'd rather have the oval as opposed to the road course because the oval is more prestigious. With the Indy 500 being run on the oval, they think an oval win is more prestigious. And I can't disagree with them there. It probably is more prestigious. But from a pure fan's perspective, NASCAR oval racing at Indianapolis is terrible because nobody can pass. The big spoiler, nobody could pass. Even when they had the small spoiler, it was really hard to pass. This type of oval, for whatever reason, is not set up for NASCAR cars to pass each other. So for that reason, and hear me out, I know I'm going to catch a lot of hate for this. For that reason and that reason alone, I actually prefer the road course at this track, or at least giving it a try this time, because I think it will be better racing, there will be more passing, and guys with good cars can actually get around guys that they're way faster than, as opposed to the oval where you can't do that. Okay, who's going to have the points lead going out of this race? Will it be Denny Hamlin? Will it be Kyle Larson? From what we've seen so far at road courses, I would have to say Kyle Larson. He has been a little bit better at road courses this year than Denny Hamlin, although if you look historically, Denny Hamlin is an 8.8 average finish at road courses, whereas Kyle Larson is an 11.5. So if you're going strictly off average finish, you would give the advantage to Denny Hamlin. Also, something that could play a factor, does Christopher Bell want to extract a little bit of revenge? Will he spin out Kyle Larson? I don't think Christopher Bell's that type of driver. I don't see him doing that. I think cooler heads will prevail in this deal. But you can't not say something about it because it could possibly happen, because Kyle Larson himself brought it up in one of his comments. And finally, who is going to be the last driver in the cutoff coming out of this race? Well, I think it's still going to be Tyler Reddick. I don't see a surprise winner shaking things up. The only real surprise winner I could see would be somebody like Austin Cindric, who's not running for points anyway, so even if he won, it wouldn't affect the cutoff line. I think Tyler Reddick keeps it going into this race. I think Tyler Reddick's probably going to be good. I don't really see a surprise winner at Michigan. Just looking a little bit further ahead, I think the only race Tyler Reddick really needs to worry about is Daytona, as long as he keeps his car clean and stays in front of his teammate, Austin Dillon, in points. And also, as a final thought, not for nothing, there is a good chance somebody goes super crazy with the strategy here, because there's only 3 races left. So if somebody wants to get really crazy with the strategy, you could see an absolute upset, a winner, just sort of anybody. I mean, to be totally honest with you, if I'm like Ross Chastain, Cole Custer, Chase Briscoe, one of those guys who's basically mathematically out of getting up on the cutoff line, I'm taking some super aggressive strategy here, and I'm just going to do anything I can to win, and that includes cheating up, pulling fenders, whatever you got to do. Cheat the car up as much as you can, be as aggressive as possible, and try to get that win, because that's the only way you're going to get into these playoffs. So don't discount the fact that there could be an upset winner. I just don't see it happening, but I do think somebody will try some type of crazy strategy, not only this race, but the rest of the races going forward. Okay, that is all I've got for you today. If you like the content, please subscribe down below. It helps the channel out a lot, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. And also, if you got a comment, something I missed, something you disagree with, leave it down in the comments. I love reading the comments. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.